Hello and welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury beauty. And today we're talking about Dior Spring. So Dior has launched their spring collection. It was available on Dior.com. They actually pulled it. I guess it had been launched too early, so there was a mistake. It should be back. But they've got, the two eyeshadow quads. I'll have a picture up here of some of the offerings that they have, but they've got the eyeshadow quads, they've got some new lip oils and so forth. Along with this collection, they launched these new lip products. This is a new permanent line. These are called the lip tints. And these are currently available for purchase on Dior.com. I have not seen these available at any department stores yet. But I picked up 5 of these. I've been testing the formula, so we're going to talk about these today. And I want to first show you how they come packaged. These retail for $35 US. They come in a matte navy blue box. We've got DIOR ADDICT lip tint here. It's 5 milliliters of product. They have a 12-month shelf life. And one of the things that I just thought was interesting is it actually comes with a little pamphlet. And I can't think of any, it comes like this with the pamphlet. So they obviously want you to look at it. And I just found that a little interesting because it's just not very common to see that nowadays, especially even if there is a pamphlet in there. It's usually not wrapped around the product. So, this is the pamphlet, and all it says on here is secret tips. Wear alone for transfer-proof color, smooth lips, and an instant plumping effect with no sticky feeling. Its water-fresh formula provides long-lasting hydration and comfortable lips. Apply starting at the center of the lips and sweep outward toward the corners of the mouth. Wipe the applicator after each use. So that's what it says on here. And I'm not really sure why it was so prominently placed in there, but for some reason, I just found that kind of interesting. These are made in France. So we're going to talk a little bit about this formula. Let me show you some lip swatches. We're going to come back and do some arm swatches and comparisons after that as well. So the Dior ADDICT lip tint, as I mentioned, retails for $35 US, and it has 95% natural origin ingredients. It is intended to be transfer proof and have 12 hours of wear. It's bold color with a semi-matte finish. It has a velvety finish that is soft to the touch. The applicator is specifically designed to deliver precise definition, an even finish, and optimal application comfort in a single sweep. And what they recommend is, basically you can either apply this 2 ways. You can first put on a layer of lip balm, let that sit on your lips, wipe off any excess, and then apply this, or just apply it directly to your lips. A few seconds after application, the color fuses with the lips for a bare lip sensation and 12 hours of wear. So I have a few thoughts on this. So I have been testing these, and I have to say that the color fuses more so with the deeper shades than it does with the lighter shades. So I have a picture that I will show you in a little bit of what it looks like after eating a bowl of cereal. So I had, got some milk on my lips, and, I had cereal and some water. And I'll show you what natural nude looked like. It did not wear nicely. It did not remain stained. That color never really truly fused with my lips, and it had been on for a few hours. So it wasn't like, I put it on and I didn't let it set. However, the other shades, I will also show you a clip of what they look like, specifically the poppy shade. That's what the clip is of. It shows you what it looks like after that has fused on the lips and you've kind of wiped everything away. So this is after a meal with the poppy. So you can see that the poppy, it really does fuse with the lips, and it looks like your lips. So when it's on there and it's kind of stained, it's really just infused with your lips. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it, but it looks like your lips have actually changed color. It does not look like you have product on there, and your lips are very soft to the touch. However, with the lighter shades, such as natural nude, that phenomenon, it just doesn't really happen. At least, I don't know, maybe I have a dud for that one or something. But with that lighter shade and then the peach shade, I did not notice any color lasting on my lips. So as soon as those get wet, the color fades. However, if you are eating something like a sandwich or you're not really doing anything where moisture is coming in contact with your lips, the color will remain. With the deeper shades, even if you come in contact with some moisture, the color, you know, has fused with or bonded with your lips, so you're still gonna have that pigmentation there. And it doesn't even look just like a stained lipstick. It truly just looks like your lips are naturally pigmented, more like permanent tattoo on your lips. So I found that to be really interesting. So do I like this product? I would have to say that I do. I like the product. However, I don't think it lives up to the claims that they have made. I don't really consider it 12-hour wear with the lighter shades. The darker shades, you know, you'll still have color on your lips about 12 hours. So that works fine. But I just feel like those lighter shades are kind of neglected. They don't really match the claims. So just something to note there. Now, as for what this product feels like on the lips, it's a very watery fluid liquid, and when you put it on, it has a cooling sensation, like the evaporative feeling. So it kind of feels like if you put like alcohol on your skin and it's evaporating, you know, you have that stronger evaporation effect. So it cools a little bit faster on your skin, and it just, that's what it kind of feels like. Yeah, it doesn't feel drying like alcohol. It truly feels more like water, just a little bit of a faster evaporation with that product. And there is a cooling sensation with this that feels like it's from mint as well. I don't smell mint and I don't taste mint, but you have kind of that minty plumping sensation on your lips, even well after an hour after application. So it just kind of sticks around. And yeah, let's take a look at some swatches. So when we look at the packaging, you can see you've got this matte tube here. You've got the Dior logo here on the corner. You have kind of this mirror finish up here. You know, because of the curvature of this, it's not an exact mirror finish. You know, but if you want to check like briefly for application, that will work. And just twist this off. Now notice when you're closing this, you know, this is kind of where you get the resistance. Just make sure you snap it in all the way. And you have a foam tip applicator here. Look at the flexibility of this. I find, you know, these ones here that have a little bit more flexibility to just be more comfortable. This one here is 251. This is Natural Peach. And for application, I actually think with the majority of the shades, you can put this on, wait like a second or two as it's starting to dry. You can still rub your lips together with this without having, you know how sometimes it can look patchy if you do that. That's not really a huge issue with any of these shades except the poppy a little bit more so. And then as it's drying, I do recommend having like a second coat on there. So we'll put a second coat right on top of this. And then I'm just gonna flip the applicator, and here is one coat. So you can kind of just see the difference. But I think 2 sheer coats looks best and also performs best for the bonding properties with the deeper shades as well. Next up, we have 351 Natural Nude. And this is a beautiful shade. I do not consider it a nude personally. This is definitely more pink. It's more of a soft matte pink shade. So looking at these, you can even see this Natural Peach here is really more of a soft coral. You've got some peachy tones in there, but it's definitely got those reddish tones you would get in a coral versus Natural Nude here, which is really a like tea rose. So I think the color names don't quite match. However, I have to say they have a very nice range of colors. Next up, we have 451, which is Natural Coral. And let's see. So when I'm doing these double layers, that's when I've kind of wiped off the applicator versus a single layer. You can see like the full pigmentation there. So you can see that this one is going to be a bit more corally than the Natural Peach, but they do have some similarities. So the Natural Coral has a little bit more orange in it. It's more of that orange and vibrant pink mixed together versus the Natural Peach, which has a little bit more red in it, actually, like a dusty red mixed with the peach. $4.91 natural rosewood, and this is the one that I have on my lips right now. And I really like the shade. It is a beautiful rosewood shade. You can see you've got touches of brown, touches of berry. You know, it's definitely, I think, a true rosewood. And this one here is $5.91 natural poppy. And this is gonna be like a soft red shade on the lips, but notice that this is going to lean warmer. So this is going to be a warmer red. And it's a very beautiful soft red though. I think it's a really great shade for the summer. So overall, I have to say I like their color range. I don't think the names necessarily match for some of them, specifically the natural peach and natural nude, but I really like the tones. They have a nice mix of cooler shades and warmer shades at both ends of the intensity spectrum. So I think that was really well done. The texture of them on the lips is very comfortable. So let me just show you a clip real quickly here. You can see what it looks like on my lips after it's dried up close. You can see it kind of has that like shiny vinyl look to it a bit, and they're very comfortable, but notice that it doesn't look dry on my lips like a typical liquid lipstick. It still looks hydrated, and yeah, I think they're pretty comfortable. You do feel after it dries down, you know, before any of the actual product fades away or anything like that, you feel a little bit of a powdery vinyl texture on your lips. It's not a complete bare lip feeling until some of that product wears away and you're left with kind of just that bonded color. And overall, I think it's a really nice product, but I think if you're looking for long wear, you don't want to look at the lighter shades. The lighter shades in here are definitely just not going to give you that longer wear, as you can see in these photos here. So let's take a look at some comparisons. This here is one of the liquid lipsticks from Dior. This is the Ultra Care Liquid in 483, and this formula itself has been discontinued. They're not creating this anymore, but this one's actually like a matte liquid lipstick. So you can see it goes on with a sheer layer. You kind of let that dry and then you go over that again. I personally absolutely love this shade and I really like this formula. However, the difference on the lips, these new ones are going to be, you know, just a little bit more brightening. And they have that sheen to them, even though it describes them as having a soft velvety finish. There's definitely a shine there to them that you don't get in the Ultra Care Liquid. And yeah, I think texturally going on, this feels a little bit more neutral. What I mean by that is you don't have any of those sensations like that minty sensation, that cooling sensation. You have a little bit because obviously it's a liquid that's going to dry, so you'll feel a little bit of that, but it's definitely much more pronounced in these lip tints. The product that these reminded me of the most is actually the Chanel Rouge Coco or Rouge Allure Locks. So these came out, was it just last year? But these have that same like color bonding technology. This here is 63 Ultimate. I'm gonna put this one, let's put it right here near the rosewood shade. And these are going to be fairly similar in application and performance. I do feel like the lighter shades in the Chanel though, they just show up a little bit better on your lips after a longer period of time than the Dior. However, I think the Dior go on a little bit more evenly than the Chanel. So just kind of interesting there. And then this one here is 71 Myth in the same formula here. Let's put that right here. This is actually going to be more of a soft red, but notice that the colors in the Chanel, they're all a little bit dustier, a little bit more muted shades. Let me just show you the rest of my locks just in case. This one's here, 64 Exigence. They're not all muted shades per se, but they are definitely more of that dusky look in comparison with the Dior. So again, 64 Exigence, that's going to be more of a softer pink. This one here is 70 Immobile, which is a really bright, vibrant pink. This one's actually one of my favorites because look at the pigmentation you get with that and how smooth and even that is compared to some of these other ones. And I feel like that's more similar to the Dior Addict lip tints. And then we have 77 Dark Blossom, which was a limited edition shade. One of my favorites though, look at that. You've got like kind of that deep dusky violet shade mixed with a rosewood. So let me put that right here next to the natural rosewood. You can see that the tones, you know, are kind of similar. The Dior one has more rose in it compared to Dark Blossom. A couple more that I wanted to look at are from Suku. So Suku has the liquid fogs, which same type of idea, the color bonding technology. It's soft, it's matte on the lips. This one here is going to be shade 103, which is limited edition and is like, it's my favorite. So here's 103. And you can see it doesn't quite match up with any of these Dior shades. Let me put it near Natural Rosewood because that's going to be the closest. It's got a little bit more plum in there, but formula wise, I feel like this goes on. It doesn't have that same sensation. It doesn't have that minty plumping look. And these look more matte on the lips, more of a matte finish than the Dior Addict. The Dior Addict have more of that shine to them. So I also wanted to look at the Suku Glow. So the Suku Glow, you notice the Suku Fogs are in matte. Suku Glow is in a shiny packaging. This one here is also shade 103. They're not the same shade, just different formulas. They're completely, they're different. So this is going to be like a warmer corally pink. And you can see here that that's actually more of a mix of the natural peach and the natural rosewood mixed together. But this finish is going to be a little bit glossier than the Dior Addict. So I feel like the Dior Addict lip tints are kind of a fusion of the Suku Fogs and Glows in finish on the lips, but texturally with the evaporative feeling and so forth, I feel like they're more similar to the Chanel Rouge Allure Locks. So I hope this was helpful. And I have to say, I think all of these formulas are really great. And it really is just going to depend on what you're looking for in a product, as well as the color range, because the Chanel color range they're in general more muted colors and they lean warmer overall. You know, their deeper shades are going to be cooler. Their lighter shades are going to be warmer. There's kind of that general pattern going on with their range. Whereas the Dior Addict lip tints, they have some brighter, more vibrant shades, but they have a better mix of cool and neutral tones throughout the, you know, lighter and deeper shades. And then the Suku, you know, fantastic formulas. They have some, you know, I'd say overall the majority of their shades are going to be more muted and warmer in tone than something like the Dior. And they definitely have some brighter, more vibrant shades as well, but those are typically going to be more like red based shades. And again, Suku is not necessarily as easy to get as Chanel and Dior all over. So if you are interested in Suku though, you know, take a look at Cult Beauty, Liberty London, Harrods, and Selfridges. Those are the retailers for them. So I think overall they're great. I'm happy that I picked up the lip tints. I think they're a great summer product and I think they're very comfortable on the lips. And I like how the finish looks very hydrated. It doesn't look like a stain. It doesn't look like a matte lip product. I feel like the Chanel Rouge Allure Locks actually look a little bit more vinyl on the lips until they start to wear down and they turn into more of a stain. That's how the Chanel locks are long wearing. It's really more about the stain, the fusion that they have. And again, this is going to be a lip fusion type product as well. So just something to note. There are definitely similarities in that formulas. So overall, I would have to say that I'm very happy that I picked up the Dior Addict lip tints. I think they're really comfortable on the lips. I think they are a great product specifically for summer. You know, something easy to put on and kind of forget about it. But again, that lip fusion, it just doesn't really happen so much with the lighter shades. So I think if you're looking for longer wear, you definitely want to go with some of the deeper shades and, you know, see the way that wears off. Now, the Chanel and the Dior both have this lip fusion technology, And they both, you know, neither of them are perfect. They're both gonna bond with the lips and kind of leave that stain, but your finish will change as the actual product wears off. I feel like with Chanel, it starts off looking very more of like a vinyl shiny texture, but that fades pretty quickly. You're left with kind of that fused lip color, that pigmentation, that stain on your lips. So you get long wearing color from that, but the finish is going to be different. You're not going to have that shiny finish. Whereas the Dior, I feel like the finish remains longer on your lips than it does with the Chanel. So you have, you know, kind of this, it's a different look. You know, it's shiny, but hydrated. There's a touch of vinyl, but it's definitely not going to be as shiny as the Chanel Rouge Allure Locks when you first put them on. And I think, you know, when the product starts to fade and you're left with that fused lip look, it looks more like, you know, a natural lip color versus a stain left. So there are just a couple comparisons there. I think they're both great products, and it really is just going to depend specifically what you are looking for and the specific color. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day. Stay safe and healthy.